Hey, hello, Sam. Thanks for coming. I'm going to put the link right now. 7 minutes late, but Poon is much late. Poon always goes later than I am. He's always late. I should. Yes, hello. How are you, everybody? Happy Monday, wherever you are. hmm Now, let's see. What can we talk about today? Hey, hello, Joey. How are you? Good. There's a link up there. Oh my God, what is going on here with my phone? Oh, that's good. Are they playing today? Oh my God. Cam Kukamaka. Let's see who's live. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Saturday. Yes, I was. Yes. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. El caso de Roberto. Hey, hello, Nikki. How are you? Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks. Mhm. Oh man, that was something with wagon last night, huh? Oh my God. Mhm. There's a link if anybody wants to come up. The True Crime Arizona. Hey, hello, Heaven. How are you? Yeah, I know. I know. I know. It happens, but well, that's okay. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm looking for some subject right now. What I want to talk, but I want to talk in a little bit more. Well, let's see. My chair. Oh, here we go. Let's see what's interesting in the news to talk besides the top stories. What the? Let's see. And a part of the Coachella Valley where exclusive. Oh, that's great. An artificial oasis. Okay, I can hear you, Dory. I mean, I can see you. Oh, I'm sorry. Into an oasis, artificial oasis at Coachella Valley, where man, it's right near many like golf courses and resorts in here in California. Yeah. Okay. Okay. A song citizen from them. Oh, oh my God. Oh man, sweeping the Giants and they're at their home turf. That is nothing. That is one thing I like to always hear. And tonight we take on the And tonight we are taking on the. I'm talking right now. Tonight we are taking on the Diamondbacks. Yeah. Here it is. Okay, let's see. Here we have a Hey, hello, Demi. Oh my God, Encino. Oh my God. All right, we might get some rain this week. Some rain might have it this week. All right. In memory of. Oh, no. Good. Oh, okay. No, no, I don't think I want to talk about COVID. Hey, what's up, Spoosh? Koshin. Woody Allen has no intentions of retiring. Yeah, we sure do need rain. Oh, challenging David Walsh. Oh man, that would be great to see. The Fablemans. What the hell? What movie is that? The Fablemans. They said it's a front runner Oscar contender this year. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh my God. I can imagine that. That's why I never played music here. Yeah, 7.6 earthquake struck Mexico, but there hasn't been report of any uh, casualties. Well, yeah, there's one. According to the president of Mexico, there was one person who got his who a fence fell on him or her. Yeah. One fatality. One. Look at this. Oh my God! At least he didn't get porn bomb. I heard he gets porn bomb a lot. David Walsh. Says right here, a 7.6 magnitude earthquake has struck just off the southwestern coast of Mexico in the state of Michoacan, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has said that tsunami waves reaching up to 3 meters could hit Mexico. Initially, tsunami wave spray likely already could occur as Manzanillo locations, Acapulco, and it could strike in a hotspot of Puerto Vallarta immediately. Um. Well, I was. Yeah, yeah. I was back in 1994. Actually, was in an afternoon just like this, and I was over in LA, and I was having a talking with my cousin and a friend in the living room. We were just talking, and suddenly we just heard this loud noise, pow, like this, and we just went out outside, and I heard somebody heard a lady kind of screaming. Oh man, good luck to him. Yeah. Mhm. L.A. Confidential at 25. That movie, God, that was a good movie. Remember that movie? New Zealand to yeah, yeah, I saw when it came out. L.A. Confidential. Russell Crowe. That's the movie that made him. They put him in the map. Oh, this is kind of creepy. Oh my God, yes, earthquakes. Yeah. Yes, this one in Mexico City was can you believe it? It happened on the 19th of September. You know, the 1985 earthquake was the 19th was happened also first. It happened the 19th of September, and then 32 years later, the 2017 happened also on the 19th of September. I don't know, but something's going. I don't know, man. It's kind of creepy. I mean, next year people got to start leaving. I guess the city a day or two before the 19th of September. Yeah, the link is up there, Dory. If you want to come up. Yes, a lot of those earthquakes, different countries. Mm. Yeah, in LA, I was in. Well, I heard some of that. I heard something like that years and years ago. I remember on a radio talk show host on a radio talk um, out of Las Vegas, where this guy talked about conspiracy theories and UFOs. You know, that was a long time ago. This guy came on the phone. This guy called the show and told the San Francisco earthquake of '89 had just happened, and he called and he said that the Russians were causing all these earthquakes in California. That'll be back in late 1989 when the from the 60s. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, let's see. Man, no, I can't say if I do remember. No, I don't know. But that well, but the name sound, the movie kind of rings a bell. Well, let's see if I can. Oh, okay. I think I remember. I think I might remember that movie because I remember back in the 70s, I used to watch a lot of sci-fi monster movies. They were like they were on like around uh, Saturdays and Sundays at in the afternoon, and they also had Abbott and Costello movies. A lot of Jerry Lewis movies. I remember. Yeah, that was before cable, but as cable grew and they could watch their people could watch now their recently films that just came to theaters. I mean, nobody wanted to watch old movies anymore. I mean, I remember that if you went to these like these pizza restaurants or places here in California, they had movies on like Long Hardy, Little Rascals, and all that. They used to projector, before the video came in, but that changed. People just their rentals and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, a lot of those movies were. Well, yeah, were shown. I remember back then on the afternoon movie, I saw the. I don't know if you remember this movie. It's George Hamilton plays Evil Knievel. It was called Evil Knievel, the movie. Cool. And it's here on YouTube, for free if you want to check it out. Yeah. He starts using in some stadium, I don't know, and he says fear. I don't know what that word means, and I don't know what that word fear is not part of my vocabulary. He would say, yeah, yeah. It tells the story of how he begun, his motorcycle career. It tells one story that he arrives at this rodeo, and he tells a guy from the who's running the rodeo to sell tickets to see him jump two pickup trucks, and he jumps and he's successful at jumping, and that's how he started. Going from fair to fair, and until he became famous. And, yep, he became famous, and he ended up in jail. Oh, I'll check that out. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Evel Knievel. Yes, that movie. Yeah, he said something. That movie says he says a Roman general around the time of Caesar would say, "If it's impossible, it can't be done, and if it's possible, it will be done." Yeah, that's what he's. That's what he said. Yeah, the song was pretty good. Yeah, I remember a movie that was shown in elementary schools back then. It was called The Winter Witch, and it was shown to kids. And that movie, it's on YouTube also. I think it was called The Winter Witch, and it was narrated by Burgess Meredith. Who played Mickey in the Rocky movies. Um, it's a story about this mother and son who buy this old house in somewhere in New England, somewhere in the New England region, and the house is so cheap, and when they go into the house, they notice this old witch who has lived in that house for hundreds of years, and the witch shows them how to make these magic pancakes, and the pancakes work. If you ate those pancakes, you will never be sad in your life, never. That was a story. Yeah, the winter witch or something. Yeah. Oh, I remember it used to scare the hell out of me as a kid. Man, yeah, yeah, the winter witch, and there was another story. Oh my God, let's see. Oh, since Halloween is coming, I remember there was another story about a. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I got it now. This kid who decides to go trick or treating all by himself, with no friends along, nobody, just him by himself, and he gets so scared. He thinks that witches or goblins are gonna get him, and he starts running, 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 running until he passes out or something. And his father finds him and tells him, "Ronnie, what? We've been looking all over for you, Ronnie." Father talked funny. You've been out cold here, and you've been resting. Oh, Castle Keep. I think I heard about that movie. Yes, yes, he can. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 1969. They got some pretty good controversial films that came out. We all know Midnight Cowboy movie with Dustin Hoffman and John Voight, who play two drifters, two losers who are going around hustling people, hustling in that Big Apple, New York City. And then you had the Wild Bunch came out that year. Oh man, There was another movie that came out that year. I don't remember very well, but uh, yeah, 1969. So a lot of some controversial movies that came upon that one, and then in '68 you had like films like no, I'm gonna have to go back. The Miracle Worker, I think, was in the early '60s. I think, and then as the '70s came by, movies like the one, the Best Picture in 1970 was Packed, and '71 was The French Connection. In '72, the one that was The Godfather, and in '73 was the one was yeah, oh yeah, it did set, yeah. And then '73, The Sting, starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford, and then in '74, The Godfather Part Two won Best Picture, and then by '75, the one another classic film was that one um, One Flew in the Cuckoo's Nest, and by 1976, a film by an independent movie company with an unknown dude by the name of Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. Yeah, well, yeah, I have a DVD of that movie, The Wild Bunch. Yeah, yeah. I remember I saw it the first time it was on TV. I said, "What? Okay, I'll watch it." Oh, and I really liked it when I first watched it for the very first time. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Wild Bunch, William Holden, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Ryan. Yeah, yeah, and John Wayne wanted to get up and hit the Indian woman. And they said Clint Eastwood on one of the said some said a joke. He says, "What about all the cowboys that were killed by Indians in the John Ford movies?" He told that as a joke. Yeah, because a year after that, he okay, that year when he declined the Oscar for this portrayal as Don Vito Corleone in The Godfather, he went on to appear in the on the Dick Cavett show, and Dick Cavett would ask him about his career. He just like turned the other cheek around, or nothing. He turned the other way around. Didn't want to talk about his career, the movies he had done, and everything. No. So you know what he did? He invited few couple of people from the some representatives from some Native American nations, and they showed us like I don't know what it was, documentary or something where they were saying that they were saying how in reservations they get water, stuff like that, electricity and all that kind of stuff. How their land, how if some of their lands was not fertile enough in places and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah. He just didn't like to talk about his career that much, Marlon Brando. Mm. I remember one time he said his favorite comedians were Laurel and Hardy, and the reporter Connie Chung said to him, "Well, my favorite is David Letterman." Yeah, yeah. I like David Letterman. Yeah, I think he's funny. Mm. No, yeah, Marlon Brand. Yeah, I never accepted, and then he just didn't want to do nothing, be part of Hollywood. In those days, actors were not well seen on public. Many actors kept a low profile in the late '70s. Movie stars. You had like Robert Redford, Jane Fonda, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Diane Keaton, Barbara Streisand. All these actresses, they just didn't like um, being seen as much. They just make the movie, or they just appeared in some award show. That was it. They were not much into appearing in charity shows. I remember I used to watch these. They say movie stars are gonna play ball or something, and I say, "All right, we're gonna see James Caan or Burt Reynolds," which he was my favorite at the time. I used to think, "Oh no, no, no! They're gonna have they had all these these actors and actresses from the television shows of that era. The guys from MASH, Dallas, and Love Boat, Happy Days, Walking Back Carter, all those shows. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like those shows, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, Marlon Brando. He was a good actor. Made some of the greatest movies. Like his first film was Julius Caesar, one of his first films, but he wasn't the star of them. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. They said to him that was they said they they found out that that was his fight with the wrestler, and the wrestler was saying that he wasn't that he wasn't crazy about him hearing his jokes about people from the South and everything, and they started fighting, and then Andy Kaufman would say, "I'm gonna sue your ass," something like that. Yeah, that was a great yeah, Andy Kaufman. Yeah. Oh man, he was one funny guy, really one funny guy. Thank you very much. Hey, what's up, Sam? Yeah, the link is up there if you want to come up, Sam. Yes, he was like Andy Kaufman. He was one funny guy. Yeah. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. You know why I laugh so much? Sometimes because it was this guy in high school, went to high school. As a matter of fact, I saw him about right before the pandemic started. I saw him outside his store, and he said he was getting some stuff for his daughter's bridal shower. Oh yeah, and I remember him when we were kids. I used to tease him, and I used to say, "Oh man, you talk like Andy Kaufman." Hey, how you doing, Sam?
Hey, Carlos. Hey,
Hey,
Boost.
hey, Bruce. Yeah, we were talking about Andy Kaufman. You remember him?
Andy Kaufman was a performance artist, and he
Yeah,
skirted the line between reality and persona.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
But the problem was that other comics tried to do performance, and Boosty like Jarbita, but there's only one Andy Kaufman, and it usually doesn't work. Boosty said he was a genius. He brought Barat. Oh, that's true. Barat kind of did that, man. But Barat only managed to be genius in that one movie. The other movies were funny. Hi, Dory. But yeah,
Oh,
let's talk movies.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Andy Kaufman. Oh yeah, Andy Kaufman was one was one comic. Yeah. Oh, as movies. Oh yeah. I don't just talk about movies that are recently. I
Uh-huh.
talk about almost all kinds of movies. You know that movie that I have here as my avatar presenter show. You know where that movie's from? That movie's
What's the
from
movie?
19.
What's the name of the movie?
It's called Hero Héroe a la Fuerza, Force to
Oh,
be a Hero. It's about this guy who, as a little kid,
excuse me.
is playing with firecrackers.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his brother, and there's a horse buggy park, and they throw the firecrackers at the horses, and the horses start getting paranoid.
Sure.
And then his dad comes out, and then his dad comes out. He tries to stop the horses, but he dies, and he gets knocked by the horse, and his brother gets knocked up, but he dies. Both of them dies, and he sleeps. And he's about 10 years old, and he sleeps for 20 years. 20 years he sleeps, and then he wakes up when he's 30 years old. But he develops multiple personalities. Every time he hears a bell, he becomes a really
Well,
tough guy, and then he becomes a really tough guy. And wants to say, "What are you looking at? Give me that!" Like this, like that, and then he comes over, and then after that, he changes. He just changes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong? And then he hears the bell. He becomes pop. Yeah, yeah. It was kind of like a Rick Van Winkle story.
multi-personality. There is a TV movie called Sybil based on a real case, but in the community of professionals, it's very
Yeah.
controversial, and most pro people, it's like therapists, etc., really don't believe in multiple personality, or they believe it's so rare that most people who say they have it probably don't.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, yeah.
Bustamante says Andy Kaufman worked at a diner in Los Angeles as a busboy. Anyone who worked in a restaurant knows they're a busboy. Yeah, Boosty, I was a server, man.
Yeah, he
There's a
was.
lot of things involved in the restaurant business,
Yeah, a lot of
right,
actors
Carlos?
too. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, yeah,
I'll give you what I would do and others. So you have a family come in, right?
yeah,
And you give them free cokes to the kids,
yeah,
and the people say, "Oh, I didn't pay for that," and you say, "Well, forget about it." And that means that those people are probably willing to tip you more. So there's little
yeah,
tricks, or
yeah.
yeah.
Man, that's
Um,
true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking of a movie a lot lately that's what was panned by critics, right?
Which
But
one was that?
well, the panning don't matter as much. It was Flashdance.
Oh,
You
I
know that
remember
movie?
that movie. Yes, sir.
Because forget the critics. In fact, some critics pan movies that become classics, but I think it really got to me, Carlos, because it hits on a lot of truisms or archetypes in that, right, Boosty, in life, um, we have our dreams, whether you
Yeah,
want to be a police officer or whatever,
yeah,
and you look around you, and so many people fail. I mean, it's hard to keep those dreams. And in that movie, that's what happened. This woman, it had a lot of themes to it. One was race because the character is biracial.
yeah,
Anyway, dreams, and we
yeah,
all, even on here, right? How many streamers have come and gone, and in the movie, the character is trying to get her dream, and
hmm,
she watches all her friends fail. All her
hmm,
friends fail, and yet at the end, it got that inspirational ending where she got what she wanted because she followed her dream. She worked hard. She was righteous,
yeah.
and
That's
uh,
true.
and
Yeah,
and
that's
that
true.
just hits home, right? Like, don't give up. And but it's so true too. It's very manipulative movie, right?
Yeah,
And that's why it was panned. But it hit the right
yeah.
manipulations and the right emotions.
Oh, that's true.
So it was a huge success. But it was an example of critics not liking the movie. But then again, they didn't like the book Moby, was it
Moby
Moby
Dick.
Dick? What's it? You get the idea that you gotta believe in yourself, and oh, I get attacked, and maybe
Mm.
Carlos, I don't know if you get attacked.
Yeah, I know. Hey, how are
I
you?
love
Hey,
that
how are you,
movie.
Ozzy? Hey, Ozzy, Liz, how are you? There
Oh,
was
I
a
like that Ozzy List. That's a righteous person,
yeah.
really. You're lucky to have that person in chat.
Yeah, I just went you.
I'll tell you why, Carlos, because
What?
most people come in here just like me and Boosty started in chat. We just want to have a good time. But you'll get exceptional people who do good things. And this Aussie, I know maybe you don't get so long alike with Mr. T, but this Aussie said, Sam, let's go. Mr. T is getting attacked. So this Aussie took the righteous and we went where Mr. T was being attacked, this lady, and we defended Mark. Just
Oh,
like
okay.
I would defend you, Carlos.
Oh, thanks. Me too. Me too.
Right?
Yeah, right. We're
So you get
life's like
exceptional
this.
people like Aussie who
Yeah.
just didn't show up, but I think it's a woman, right, Aussie? I don't want to get it wrong, but
Yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure. Yeah, well,
a
whatever.
great and we remember, we're little streamers, but I sure remember the great people. A lot of people who should defend us, Carlos,
Yeah.
don't. Like this one person wants to become my co-host, but she went on David Walsh and let David and the Slime Buckets attack me and said nothing. So I don't want to. The next co-host I have has to be able to be righteous and
Yeah. Well,
not
you
be a
can.
crony, but defend.
Well, you can have a guy named. There's only one guy I can recommend.
Who?
He probably might be interesting. A guy called Steve Billings. You
Yeah, I
probably have
know
to see.
Billings, but yeah, I don't know because
Yeah.
I like Lisa Lynn and they've gone at it. You know.
Okay. How about let's see. Let's see.
I really don't want a co-host, but if one does show up, got to be great. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah. How about Brittany Lawrence? She's pretty good.
We might do a show together. Yeah, we have a history. You know,
Yeah.
she's been around, and actually, I've been attacked by this streamer.
Yeah. By
and
who?
a GLM.
Oh, GLM. Yeah, I know who GLM is.
And Lauren came up and she verified that this woman had a history of bad stuff. So I like Lauren a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's kind of got her own thing going on. I like Brutal Mafia. Do you know him?
Yeah. Yeah, I know him.
I think we'd be great because we're so different. I think he's Latino and comes from more of a lower economic background, and I'm kind of entitled. So we've been on air a little bit. I think we'd be great, but I think he's got a life where he works. You know, I got
Yeah.
all this time. So for him, I'd like to be co-host, but I don't think he can do it. Boosty, I actually heard once, Carlos.
Oh, okay.
Only time I ever heard you, Boost. You went on, maybe you know the name of this comedian, Carlos. He's Nick something, and he's a conservative.
Oh, I know that guy. That guy's crazy. I don't like that guy. You know when I
what?
first.
I think Boosty went on him.
Yeah.
What I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah. Yes.
Nick's, what is it, Boosty?
Nick
something.
something. I remember him when I first started streaming. He actually came to this panel.
Oh, he did.
Yes, he did.
I didn't know that.
He did, but he's been through a lot of shit. That's why he doesn't come anymore. He used to go on Evil Abe's, he used to go on Lisa Lynn.
I didn't know that. Are you sure the same guy? Because he's big. He's like a national comedian.
Well, he
had his own radio show.
I don't know if he did have his own radio show.
I wonder if it's a different guy. This guy was huge.
Oh no, wait a minute. Nick DiPaolo? No, that's a different
DiPaolo. Guy. Yeah, we're talking about Nick DiPaolo.
I know who that guy is. Yeah. But that's but it's not the one I'm talking about.
No. Yeah, I figured it was a different guy.
No, but Nick DiPaolo, he does other streams. You know, he doesn't come in here like this. He's seen
huge.
That guy.
No, yeah, he's nationally known, right?
Yeah, he's nationally known. I've seen him around.
So a lot of these guys, you got to figure that they might not be good on air. But Boosty, somehow I heard someone mentioned that you were on Nick's show, and I went there. Boosty is good, you know, but you don't want this, I guess, on air. So he surprised me. Boosty was really good on air.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah, because I thought you guys were mentioning the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, and that's the guy probably you heard. They shot himself while I tried to clean one of his guns.
I wonder who that guy is, if you remember the name.
Well, that was Nick. He's called Nick News.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't heard of him.
yeah. Well, he was at several weeks ago, weeks back, or months or 2 months. He was on Poon's panel.
Oh,
Yeah,
Poon is
and
banned. I banned Poon.
oh man, Poon.
He's gone.
Well, he might show up here.
Well, I'll smash you, Poon, if you don't. But I thought he was my friend, Boosty, and he just became another troll. I'm done with trolls. Boosty, he settles, Poon. So fuck you, Poon.
Well,
I
he's
don't
the only
want you to be a
troll.
friend. You're not a friend. You just chose to be a troll.
You know, when I
Uh,
first met Poon, and
huh?
he did panels and everything.
Right?
First of all, let me tell you how I met him. I was on Lisa Lynn's
Yeah, I like her. Yeah.
side chat, and there was this guy Noodles was on the panel talking to Lisa Lynn, and suddenly Poon comes in and starts making fun of Noodles, pop, 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 pop,
Right.
and I didn't know who Poon was at the time. I didn't know who he was, nothing like that. I had no idea who he's got. I said, "Who is
Right.
this guy, man? What the fuck?
Right.
What does this guy think he is coming to here to just insulting
That's
Noodles like
Poon.
that?
Yeah.
I mean, who is this guy?" Kind of. Yeah, later on I learned who he was, and then I learned he was doing panels. And guess what?
What?
I kind of got. He kind of gave me the creeps,
How
in a
come?
way, because I said, "Oh my God, that's another place where people get trolled, doxed, and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff."
okay.
Like, like going into other streams that I've been to, man, with that and everything. I was kind of afraid of him at first, but later on, I went there. I saw people there. I remember his one of the first streams I went. There was this guy from Australia. I don't know who he was, and he was a very controversial guy. He started talking shit, and
Was he
this
like a streamer?
I don't think he was a streamer.
Okay.
I don't know, but he started talking, started saying some stuff, and some of the women who were there, he had on panel, they were saying, "Hey, they were, they got triggered by him. What the fuck is this guy
It
saying?"
was an Aussie outlaw
I think it was Ozzy Outlaw.
because I know Aussie outlaw. I was on a show. I read.
Yeah,
He was an Australian streamer,
yeah.
and I read Dr. Seuss, Sam I Am, but
Mm.
he was involved with God Loves Me.
Oh, okay,
Very
okay.
close.
Well, I'm not sure, but this was an Aussie guy because there's a
He
lot of
was
guys out there.
Australian. Might be
Yeah,
the same
Australian.
guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
He had his own stream.
yeah, and I don't remember who the women were on his panel, but he triggered those women.
Oh, he would do that. It might be him. I wanted to. Could I answer your chat?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Um, a few days ago, I was in BSOC's chat, and they were saying stuff about you, Sam. I was telling him off as well. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that because people just make up stuff. But I saw that, Ozzy. I think you said I like Sam, and you went off. So that showed me you're kind of special, and
Yeah.
it takes a little bit to stand up, and you did, Ozzy. So good for you, Ozzy List. I hope
Yeah.
I'm saying your name. Let's see. Brutally Lauren brought you a great live stream that included Cynthia. You know
Yeah.
Cynthia? I think you were in chat
Sin
for a bit.
I think I've seen him. I'm not sure
Anyway, I
about
wanted to tell you that we were talking about Poon. I don't
yeah,
think you remember, but he started on Shaw.
on
That was his
Shaw,
first appearance on air.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I gave him 2 shows. I fired him after the second. So we go way back.
Well, maybe Evil Abe might come here. Evil Abe was live yesterday.
Oh, I missed it. He's one of my favorite, but I don't want to go on a panel because I can't rip. I think we talked about it. I want to go on Evil Abe when he's only got 1 or 2 people because
uh,
last time I went on there, Barbie interrupted me, and I don't want to be aggressive.
well, this time he had last night he had Wagon.
I like Wagon.
Yeah,
He's wild.
he had Wagon, and he had this a lady called Nikki who was here, who was just here, and who else was there? And who else was there? Oh my God! And let's see, man.
I'll be on again, but I want to wait when it could just be 2 or 3 people, because when I go on those shows, man, I want to be great. I just don't
Yeah.
want to be okay. So I
Hoping
want to
I'm
risk
interrupted.
and go for it, because he's probably my favorite person to riff, because you don't know where he's going. He's not predictable, and you don't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
So there have been moments where we were just really great together, and that's what I want to go for. The last time I was okay, but I wasn't allowed to do my thing, so to speak. So he's so great that I want to take advantage. I just don't want it to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait for or he can come on my show anytime he wants.
Oh,
Nick
yeah, you can come here too. He's been here.
Oh, yeah, he's your friend. Nick DiPaolo was living in Westchester County, New York. Right, Boosty? The taxes are suck in New York, and some people are going to Georgia in the South. Also, North Carolina, they're going to. Poon is trying to say he didn't take money; he accepted it. Let me see. So Poon took money from Wendy. You know Wendy Pack?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think Boosty's talking about that. Yeah, he bullshits. I don't know about Poon and money. I just don't know with Poon. He's poor. He can't pay taxes. Then he's got money. I like Poon too, but I don't like what he does. Ozzy, I expected him to be my friend. So when Poon shows up and he's just trolling, fuck him. I expect more. So I banned Poon. I mean, I like him, and it's because I like him, Carlos.
Yeah.
But I won't accept trolling behavior from him. Now, last time I was on Boost Malacca, Poon was calling Turtle a pedo. I think I talked to Carlos, maybe. You know that story we talked about, Carlos? Yeah, I didn't like that.
I remember that, yeah.
I call that Poon for that. Poon can be an asshole, but he can be a great person too.
I don't think he was calling him a pedo. I think there was a troll account of a clone account of Turtle,
right?
And they were saying he was a pedo and that one and that, and Poon asked him a question about how
you're too kind. No, what happened was that in Evil Abe's, a clone came in as Turtle and was being weird about kids or something. Poon called him out on it, not knowing it was a clone. And the real Turtle came on. Mark Terry took offense, and I called Poon out because he was messing around with Turtle. He wanted a reaction. So he used the pedo thing to kind of dig at his guts. It wasn't right because the pedo word is so vile, and that's Poon's bad side. And I called him out on it, man. It wasn't right to Turtle. Poon got arrested from an accident. So Poon says he was driving to see his dame, and he got arrested, and he had warrants, and they took him into jail for a while, and his boss paid the warrants or something.
Oh, I heard something about that he got arrested.
I'm reading your chat. Ozzy Outlaw. I knew him. He was on my show. In fact, right before my Shaw 1 went down, he was my final guest. But this Ozzy Outlaw is a drunk, and he had a relationship with God Loves Me. And when they had a falling out, he would contact me privately and tell me that she was horrible. He would use racist words against her, and I'd call him out. And because this Ozzy Outlaw tried to push me to go against God Loves Me, I actually went in her direction and brought her on the show. But yeah, he's a drunk, and not on air, but many times in DM, or he would get belligerent, and he threatened me, Boost Malacca. He said that if I didn't stand against God Loves Me, he said, quote, he'd drive me off the internet. Yet here I am. He's a creep. But I went on a show and did Dr. Seuss, and it was probably the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, so. I remember. Well, yeah. He came into that. He was on that panel with Poon or something.
He's been on a lot of panels. He used to be on Lycan Theory a lot, and he knew Poon. Poon calls him a good friend.
Yeah, he's a dummy. And he triggered those two ladies. He triggered.
Yeah, something. he can be a nasty guy, or he can be a good guy. I think drinking has a lot to do. He's a nasty drunk, Boost Malacca, and you don't know him on air. I mean, from on air, you don't know him, but he would come in and try to intimidate me, and that's actually why I wasn't going to be pushed to take their side. that I started bringing up God Loves Me.
Yeah,
Not
God.
that she counts that.
Oh, I wonder where she is. God loves me. I haven't seen
Well,
her.
she's been going after me. She has her own little stream, but she's never top tier. She was never. She's good. She was good with me, but if you have a stream for years and years and you're not getting much action, that reflects on whether
Yeah,
you're top tier or not. You know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's see. I can't hear this. Sorry, Poon is a really great guy. He has always been respectful to me. Ozzy, I like Poon. I call him a friend. And you like him a lot, but I don't like him trolling me. So I'm
Well,
not saying he's not a great
no,
guy.
no. I mean, I
He's a
don't have.
great guy behind the scenes.
I mean, I don't have an issue with him whatsoever. None. I
Well,
don't.
it's because I thought he was my friend Ozzy. So you keep liking him. I do, but I don't accept his behavior. And he's 6'4". He never bullied me, but yeah, he came out of my show, Shaw. I gave him 2 shows,
You know,
Ozzy.
when I first, I gotta be honest, but when I first heard
Hmm.
about who you were,
Hmm.
he would just talk shit about you,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and it got me saying, "Man, who is this guy? I don't know. I don't want to meet the Sam guy." Yeah, but until I met you and I saw you,
Yeah.
and that was when that guy Bones was attacking you. Remember that?
He still does. He attacked me
Still,
the other day.
oh
Yeah.
man, fuck. Yeah,
That's okay because what happens? By the
yeah,
way, people talking bad sometimes is a good thing in the sense that
yeah.
people say, "Who is this guy? I want to listen to him," and a lot of people come over. Um,
Hmm.
but Poon, what some of these guys do is, like him would do this. They're the hosts. So when you go on panel, the way they introduce you is to cue the group. So if they say something negative about you, like Poon, then that tells the people like Poon to have a bias. And then they
Yeah,
have this confirmation bias. So I know what they're doing. And I hope they're neutral. But
yeah,
Poon and I generally, our friend Ozzy, I gave him 6 hours. When he was, someone did something terrible and sent him child porn. He says this on air. And he cried and cried and cried, as a normal person should, who has experienced that evil thing. And he talked to me for 6 hours. So we might get groovy again, Ozzy, probably, but I won't accept his bad behavior. And sometimes he's a bully, but I do like him, and that's why I'm disappointed. I won't
yeah.
take he's like a little child. I won't take his bad behavior. Go in the corner, Poon. So we're at that point. He's got to kind of
Mm.
apologize, Ozzy, but yeah, if you like him, I do too. I just don't like some of his behavior.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was at it at you, and I kind of, what the
Well, I've
fuck?
gone at him. I
Yeah.
call him a meth head and everything. We
Mhm.
go at each other. Most times it don't mean a lot, right?
Yeah.
We just like to fight. I mean, it's real, but I've always supported him and Bless comes on my chat
Yeah.
sometimes, and it's
Yeah.
complicated, right, Ozzy? But it's real.
Yeah. I knew Blessed before Poon met her. I
Mhm.
was in from the other community, from the Danger Zone, Poly Crispy. I
Uh-huh.
was over there.
Can I
She,
mention this, Ozzy? I would never unwrench you, even attack me if it's fair. In fact, most of my policy now is just most people show up and can be decent. I wrench to protect them, but you're one of my favorite people. You can criticize me. I would never wrench you for liking Poon. I like Poon. I just
Mhm.
don't accept some of his behavior. That's all. Is that Repertoire on
That
the
is, yeah,
chat?
that's him. That's him.
Can we talk about him?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. But he's not allowed here in the panel.
Well, it's your channel, Carlos. So I
Yeah,
would never tell you what to do, right?
yeah, yeah. Right. Go ahead.
Um, I won't let him on my air because so I talked about this, I think, with Mr. T. Some people we all change on here, right? So this guy he did good stream, and he's gotten worse and worse and worse. And now he openly says he has a right to porn bomb people and dox people. And let's see what he says. He was hitting up other women. Who was? And being incredibly creepy while still dating Bless. Oh, he's talking about Poon. Yes, he was inappropriate on air. He ejacked or whatever he said. He apologized, and then Rev, if it's up to Bless to forgive him or not, and if she loves him enough, she will, and she did. But that's true. He said on air he was inappropriate. She forgave him, and it's real love, Rev. Unlike you, because Rev, you don't got real love. Your woman met you. You know, they met Rev's woman. You know that? And she was
Yeah.
repulsed by him. She went on RD afterwards. So Rev, Poon has real love. You have made up love. No, there's no proof. You don't need proof because Poon said that he did that because he's kind of an honest guy, unlike you, Rev. Bustamante. Oh, you're so lucky to have Bustamante, right?
Yeah.
Carlos. And you have like an ex-police officer to talk about crime or whatever.
Mhm.
You have an expert.
Oh, that's good.
He was a police officer for a
Oh,
long
that's
time.
good. Yeah, there's a oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, yeah. I talked to some ex-police officers. There's a YouTuber
Uh-huh.
who's in another community. He's from Indiana. He's called News on the Street, Indiana, something like that. And he has
News
a
on the
beard.
street. Maybe Boosty would like to go over there.
Yeah, and he has like and he has a beard like Santa. People call him Santa, and
Uh-huh.
guess what? He likes it, Colton. He likes it so much that he even
Uh-huh.
dressed out in the wintertime. He even
Uh-huh.
dresses like Santa, and he goes on live stream.
I gotta tell you that
Yeah.
I don't know. When my kids were very young, 2 and 3, we took them to Santa, and I'm thinking, what? It's kind of weird in a way. You know what I mean? Wanting to be Santa Claus, and all these kids climb on your lap. I
Yeah.
don't know. He's probably great, but Busta Malaka, what's the name of the guy if Boosty wants to go over there?
Let me find him. Let me see if I can find him. Because I haven't been on this in
Okay.
his live stream, but he's just
I'm just thinking, I don't know, Boosty might like hearing from another police officer.
yeah.
Ozzy's less. It was sad how on Wendy's panel, Cosmic sang a song and played the ukulele, how he practiced birth control on his baby mama. Boy, that's really complicated, Boosty. Let me think about that one.
Let me find this guy.
Cosmic don't have a. Oh, maybe you're talking about Poon, because Cosmic, this character, used to say he had sex with Poon's, the mother of his children. There's so much history here. Boosty's the historian, but Cosmic is a really creepy guy because it turned out that Cosmic, even though he said he had sex with the mother of Poon's children, lied, and it was proven by this guy AOC that he made the same thing, the whole story up, Carlos.
Oh, okay.
That Poon's baby mama, they say, had a relationship on air with Poon's baby mama, right? But this guy came on to go at Poon that he had sex, Cosmic had sex with the baby mama, and it turned out he did not.
No wonder Poon hates that guy so much.
Well, Ozzy, I've tried to help if you're still here, Poon, because Poon continues to say that someday he will sneak up on this Cosmic in real life and break many bones in his body. And I said, Poon, you don't want to do that. So it's real life with this. Ozzy, most of us, like Carlos and I, we're about on air, but sometimes it goes real life. Boosty knows, and this went kind of real life, Ozzy.
Yeah. Who is that guy that goes at Poon's panel? He's from Texas. He
talks.
You
asked me that before. I don't know his name.
He talks like he's in a microphone or something. He's very funny.
He's not. But last time I think I talked to a friend of yours who's been on Poon. What was his name? Glenn. It's not Glenn, is it?
Yeah, well, Glenn's been on.
I talked to Glenn last time, or was it on Poon's? I forget. Glenn and I used to fight, but we had a big talk, and he turned out to be a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah,
he's a nice guy, right? It might have been on here, Carlos.
No,
yeah, it was, and you weren't part of the conversation. You know. So I talked to Glenn for an hour.
Yeah,
I think
was here.
You weren't part of it or something. But I like some people on your panel. You
Yeah,
got
but that,
Boosty, and you got. Let's see
yeah,
what Slime Bucket Rev says. He lost my budship as a result. This Slime Bucket can't be anybody's bud, Carlos.
no,
Rev, he can't, right?
nope.
Some people can't. He's just got a miserable life. He gave it back. Wendy was on his panel. Okay, well, Wendy likes Poon. I
Yeah.
gave Poon a hard time, but I
Well,
don't know Poon's money situation, Ozzy. Right?
I was on her panel on Saturday
Mhm.
night.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, it was Poon. It was okay. First of all, it was Poon was there,
Mhm.
well, yes, Poon, me and Wendy, and then a few minutes later, Alberto DeLong showed up. It was a pretty good panel.
Oh, that's a good panel, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I was on her show in the last couple of weeks. I
yeah,
came on, and I have a history with Wendy.
yeah.
Actually, Reb does too, because she has said that she loved Reb. They go way back, right? Wendy Pack and her, him, son.
Yeah.
And you know what he did, right? He porn bombed Wendy. Reb did,
Oh my God, who doesn't?
right?
Who hasn't pom bombed her? It was that
No,
guy
no, no.
Corey.
He was supposed to be her friend.
Oh
You
my
get the
God.
difference?
Hmm.
And he porn bombed me. He porn bombed Wendy. He porn bombed David Walsh. He's just out of control or something. And last night, Carlos,
Yeah.
he had a special stream. The title was doxing this police officer that his Nikki supposedly is dating or something. And he just had the name of the stream was the doxed man's address. He's gotten that
Mm.
bad, right? Really, right?
No, 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 man. That's not good, man. Doing that stuff, man.
Dude,
He sounds like that guy Brian. Like that guy in East New England too. Creepy guy from.
what's his name?
Well, his name is Brian.
I don't know.
And no, you don't want to know him.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to know a lot of these people. I don't want to
No,
know
no,
some of
no,
the people
no.
I
Because
know
this
now.
guy's a real lifer. He stalked
Well,
another YouTuber, a lady YouTuber,
uh,
on a live stream. I was watching it on live stream. This happened over like 2 years ago. I don't know if I told you the
right.
story.
No.
He went him with with a friend.
Uh,
He drove about 3 hours or 4 hours from where the woman lives.
right.
And I don't want to name the city or the state they drove.
Or
And they
maybe you did
arrived at
tell
the
me about
city,
that. Yeah.
and they were saying on the live stream that the woman's mother invited them for dinner, which was all bullshit. No, they didn't.
Right.
Nobody invited them for dinner at any cost. Nobody.
Right.
So this was around like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning here, and by evening time, he was outside the house of her, across the street and in the other sidewalk,
Wow.
looking at her house like that. And yeah, and he did it
So
on
he
our
was
live stream.
creeping on the house,
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
watching.
yeah. If you ever talk to, let's see, somebody from over there, from Andrew, if you ever speak to Corrosive, I don't know if you know him.
He was on my show a while ago, like
Yeah,
6. We had a long conversation.
yeah.
He
Talk to
seemed like a good guy.
Corrosive, or talk if you ever talk
Okay.
to Bones, if you still text you, he'll remember that. Bones, even Bless Your Heart remembers that too.
When I was a kid, and I had this friend, and he had a crush on one of the cheerleaders,
Uh-huh.
but they didn't have a relationship. So I had a Honda 50, a little motorcycle back
Hmm.
then,
Yeah.
and because we lived in a gated community, and I was young. Like,
Hmm.
anyway, he wanted me to take him somewhere on his motorcycle, on my
Yeah.
motorcycle. Oh, let's go. It'll be fun. And he took me to the top of the hill, right? And I didn't know what was going on. He
Uh,
got off, and he had binoculars, and he was spying down onto the open window of this cheerleader where she lived down below. He was
oh my God.
peeping. He was
Oh
peeping,
God.
right? It kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, that's
But my
freaky.
point is some people watch, they're
Yeah,
peepers.
yeah.
Reb says, Boostum Laka, trust me, he's talking about David Walsh doesn't want not Lay Geno as his co-host. So this David Walsh, who we both don't like, I think Carlos and myself
Well, I see.
Wants a dick flasher.
No, he probably you should get probably what's the name of that guy? Um, I don't know. I don't know if you've seen him on Poon's panel. 412 shit. That guy.
No, I don't know that guy.
Oh no, he's just a
I
just a
only watch like I fast forward somebody like Poon. I
Yeah,
might get through the
Poon.
whole fast forward, never center. If I come to something I like, probably people
Yeah,
do that with my streams
yeah.
too.
Bruce might remember that guy. 412. You
I
remember
don't know
that?
that
Yeah.
guy. I don't remember him.
412. He used to come on Poon's panel, and Poon always used to fucking yell at him. That's that too. Come
Oh,
on. And Poon used to still go like this. Come on.
yeah,
But
Poon can smash people real good
yeah.
if you don't like him.
No, but this guy was a total idiot. He deserved being smacked by Poon.
There were a lot of people deserve it. Like Rev deserves it.
Yeah, this guy was a total idiot too.
That's Rev.
Yeah, he went after one time. Started getting fresh with Charlotte from England.
Oh, she's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he started getting fresh by to her, and then he started going on this, that woman, that every single woman. This guy.
Some of these guys don't like women. It's obvious to me, Carlos, and that's maybe why they're on the internet. That they haven't been able to get women off the internet, and they come on here, and they're really creepy. Ozzy, Reb, how was he being creepy with other women? Who are you talking about, Ozzy? Poon or who? Bustamlaka. Yeah. Ozzy, this was over a year ago. Poon didn't defend himself when Cosmic said he busted nut in Poon's baby mama Casey's butt.
Let's see. We got Glenn here.
Oh, Glenn's here. Cool.
Hey, what's up, Glenn?
Hello, Carlos. Hello, Sam. Hello,
hey,
everybody in chat. How y'all doing?
Good people in chat, but some bad people. There's that Rev guy. He used to be my co-host. He's not a good guy.
Well, the first time I saw him, I knew this guy was. I didn't like Rev. The very first time I saw him.
You were right. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong for 300 streams, Glenn. That's how stupid. Now, I'm probably one of the most educated people around. I do have these degrees, but I've been so stupid, Carlos. Right? Supporting some of these people, Glenn. And Carlos seems to be get the people better than I do.
Well, you know, that one thing about Carlos, he is a good guy.
Well, that's why I'm here. Right? That's a good reason to talk to him. He's a good guy. He's not, got the views of Evil Abe, whom I admire, but he's great to talk to because he's a good guy. Mm-hmm. Real guy. He's got stories, but people don't ask him like he's a real immigrant. So if people bring up the issue, here's a guy who went through it and a success, helped his family, blah, 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 good American, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Real life.
Well, I'll put it like this, I've been on Carlos quite some time now. And where I met Carlos back over there, Polly Crispy.
Yeah, actually, Polly Crispy, and also on. I first saw you, Glenn, over at. Is when they were over at. Remember when they were at Madison in Madison? There was with Blind Justice.
Oh yeah.
Remember those streams?
Yes, sir. I've been around several channels on like News New England Blind, Josh Abel, Polly Crispy.
Boy, you guys get around. Carlos, I know, gets around. I think he checks
we were there.
Out
we used to be there. And,
Sam, see, Carlos, you might back me up on this one. There's a few other channels that I don't go because simple fact, that one of them always attacking people, calling people pedophiles, calling scammers, calling a whole bunch of things, but he don't show no damn proof. And he came at me.
Well, but Glenn, that's the thing, that most people who say it just say it. They don't mean it. I always said, Glenn, if you really think someone's a pedo, get the fuck off the internet and phone the police. So they don't mean it, right? Or they'd be phoning the police. It's phony, right?
See, thing about it, they told me to call my brother one. You told me he called me one. Now he's saying I got a nephew, but he don't show no damn proof.
No,
I've
been called that. People have been called that. It's just a lie. If someone's a real pedo, you need to phone the police, and they don't. So if you're on enough, they're gonna call you. They're gonna call me. That's just part of the game, right? Creepy part.
That thing, Sam. No, if you're gonna sit there and call someone a pedophile, you need to show proof. Okay.
But they don't believe it. It's like B-Sox is new. So the first thing the trolls call them a pedo, because like me, the first time you're called a pedo, it's so vile that we fight back, but it's just a game. They want to get to you. So after a while, you realize that they're the weird ones, right?
Yeah. You see, think about me, you just I don't really care no more. I'm kind of tired of it, because simple fact that what they doing. I know what they doing.
Right. But it takes a while. Me too. Once you don't react, then they stop basically because they want the reaction, right, Glenn?
Oh yeah. I don't know over there Wally Coyotes here a while back. And on panel and me, Valley Coyote, in several Exile 1.
I like him.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I remember him. It was, yeah.
Well,
but Glenn, you let Poon kind of go after me that time I first met you, right? They were kind of fooling around with me.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't really know you at that
you
time.
Attacked me. What do you mean? You didn't know me, but you called me an asshole or something. You started, Glenn. I didn't know you. So Glenn comes on and he's calling me a fool and an asshole, and I go back at him hard. And Poon says, "You don't want to do that." And why? Glenn's perfectly proficient, and he can have a better conversation than you, Poon. So Poon just set me up, Carlos, and then his other guys came in. But you were part of it, Glenn. You weren't fair to me. You went out. You didn't know me.
That Troy
gave it back to
you.
I gave it back to you, brother. Did I?
Yeah, I might served it too.
I'm saying, Poon, you son of a bitch, and all he says, "Well, you're getting 100 live views," and I said, "Yeah, Poon, but you lied to me." And Glenn's going after me. He's friends. Poon didn't care. He just wanted those views. He sold me out, and really, I was going to do a show with him, but because he sold me out, I went to the show with him. So there you go, Poon. But yeah, Glenn, I remember. I gave it back to you hard. I will too, man.
Well, stop and think about it. If you look back at it now,
yeah,
kind of funny. You can't laugh
of course
about
it was
now.
fun. It was fun, but you want to be attacked by 5 or 6 people at once? That was fun. But he broke his word, Glenn.
Well, I kind of called him backing you up on this one. Shoot, I had about 1 5 6 came at me one time.
Yeah. If you're going to be on air, these trolls, like, they're going to call you all kinds of names, and that's just part of the game. Carlos is kind of, your deal is being just a good guy, maybe. You don't really go hard on the attack that I've seen, Carlos, like me and Glenn. If you did, they'd come at you hard. Maybe just being with me, people will probably go after Carlos. You had Sam Hill on the show. Get ready.
I mean, did here a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to say about a week ago. Yoda tool collection.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yoda. tore away.
Oh yeah, I went up on Rebels, and all I said to him 3 weeks ago was, I like Tonic and I like you, Rebel, and this Yoda starts going after me, but they took me backstage. They wouldn't even let me defend myself, and this Yoda went at me. So Yoda, we got a date to meet, brother, and you better bring armor, because I'm going to beat you down metaphorically for attacking me. You hear that, Carlos?
Well, I went up on Wally, here a while back, and AC 40 check.
I like him. He's been on my show.
He on Wally too, and we talking for. I think Exile brought down. Well,
I like Exile. He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, Exile, he's pretty cool.
And
I might not like Rebel, but no, I don't have a problem with Exile. See, thing like I said, people can go where they want to.
Exile is an example of a righteous man, in that people say, well, everybody's like Rev, you're a slime bucket if you're on the internet. No, successful people are. And Exile has businesses. He's got a beautiful wife. He's got kids. He's smart. It's just his hobby, probably like Carlos. So he's an example of just a really successful guy being here. So I like him a lot. He's got a real life story, He's been in jail for 2 years, Carlos. Do you know his story?
Which one?
Exile 1.
Oh, I've seen that guy. Yeah, I've seen him.
Do you know he's been in jail?
Oh, I haven't.
So what happened was, he was in jail and he got an attitude. He said on my show this story, Glenn, that he got used to being institutionalized. He was in prison so much, and he didn't give a fuck. I'm not saying the F-U-C-K word. I kind of try to clean it up. He didn't care. Exile said he didn't care anymore. He was used to jail. He was a bad guy. He was a bad guy, and fuck off everybody. He's going to remain a bad guy until he had this sex with this beautiful woman, and she had a son. They had a son. And this guy was in jail, and the mother of his child brought the child, and he looked at the child, and his whole world changed. And he went from that love for his son to being a legit guy, came out of prison, now had a wife, children. It turned his whole life around. So I respect this Exile 1 a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Story.
Well, thing, see, like, see, I don't hardly have that much problem with many people.
Mm-hmm.
See, like for Yellow Dog, like he went on, I mentioned him on Wally, no, he sells his sister. He said, Yoda said it himself, okay, on Andrew.
Well, that's not a good thing to say. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Yoda. Yeah.
Well,
Andrew's okay. I have no problem with Andrew. I have no problem with Andrew. He's been on my show.
I kind of said that. I'm like, oh no, you about to dumb. Now people gonna throw you, throw that in your face.
Yep.
And what happened? Wally, I threw that in his face. He didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it.
And well, he came back. Well, he tried to fire it back. He tried to say my brother is a pedophile. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh well, that's going too far.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who said that? Okay, that was Rick Cool. Who said that?
I thought that was Yoda.
And Yoda also.
Oh, maybe other people say it.
Oh man.
It's a common word, unfortunately, that people say to try to get your.
He once had my back one time when that guy was trolling me. When somebody was, that guy Bell guy from Brian was trolling me, was calling me shitty names, and Yoda had my back. This was a while back.
Well, maybe he's good to you, but he wasn't good to Glenn.
No, I know that. No, I know. I believe Glenn because I know who that. I know.
Oh, Glenn always tells the truth. I believe, and you too.
No.
You're truth tellers.
Because I know that guy Yoda how he is. I think Poon also has him banned from his.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I didn't like him when he attacked me. Let me defend myself. Rev says, Rev's here. Why are you here, Rev? Go away, Shoefly. Rev. What is
Well-
slime bucket, Glenn?
No.
I want to tell you, oh, Willie, if that's true, then why, go, show me proof. Oh, wait a second. That person said they called me my boy, pedophile. Our proof done been shown that we, let's see, we ain't warned, we ain't never been convicted. So where you proof at?
There's no
Goddamn.
proof. They don't want proof. They just want a
They-
reaction. They don't want. That's it, man.
Well-
it's bullshit. Right?
Drunk monkey.
Well,
What's
see,
up?
thing about it, I laughed at him. Because
Yeah,
I
that's a
knew
good
damn well
reaction.
he
That's a good
because I
reaction.
knew damn well he lied.
A lot
And
of
even
people
I
lie.
knew he was.
Boosie
And,
Malaka, bless her heart, is so nice. She was looking to hook up with me, her friends in Florida, when I was down there visiting my cousin. Yeah, Bless is real nice. Glenn, you know Bless, right?
Yeah.
Coons.
Oh yeah.
She's a good
Oh
lady.
yeah, I know Bless. Back she at News New England. Polly
Okay.
Crispy,
I've heard of Polly Crispy. I don't know him.
and Josh Abram
Well.
from AFA. She
I heard
hang
that
out
name.
over there too. She don't know more.
No,
Not like, she might go to Polly Crispy, son, but not like she used to.
yeah, well, a lot of them, started at with Brian. Even GoldenEye started there, and then when that stuff started with Abrams and all that, that's where they left.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
People start out together.
Yeah. Anybody know this guy, this
Uh.
Trunk Monkey guy? There's a guy called Trunk Monkey. I don't know who he is.
Oh yeah. I know who he is.
Mhm.
You guys follow all these guys. I don't know a lot of them.
I don't really have much problem with him, but no, I heard about him. Like Andrew and
Andrew's
somebody.
drama guy.
Yeah, Andrew
He
and
seems like a
somebody
good
else. Huckleberry. Kind of dug in a little something
Huckleberry?
on. Yeah.
I don't know. Huckleberry, never heard of him.
Yeah, I've just
Yeah,
recently
you
heard
know.
Huckleberry. I forget what show Huckleberry was on. Maybe Shelley's. I don't know.
Hey, Carl, you know, Box Beach.
Who is that?
No.
Who is that?
Sounds familiar.
Bot bitch?
Yeah, Box Beach. That's
Why
what
would
he
that
went
person
by.
call themselves that?
Well, you ain't he hurt.
Bot bitch.
Okay.
Poor self-esteem.
Well,
I think.
she went by Box Beach for a while. Well, she changed her channel name. She go by Huckleberry now.
Oh. By the way, Boosie Malaka, at least Poon, we're talking about, doesn't hide the fact how he's done meth or talk so badly about Casey. Casey is his baby mama on live streams. Purely the reason she dated. This is all from a little different community. I don't know, Glenn. It's kind of the Poon, where Poon showed up. He used to be part of Shaw, my little community. But now there's interconnections. Like I didn't even know about Carlos. I think I met Carlos through Poon or Evil Abe. I think Evil
Poon.
Abe.
I was actually Poon.
Poon, but you've been on Evil Abe too. Yours Bud, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's like I've said it before. Glenn, we all compare, and as a streamer, I've been on probably 4.5 years. Hundreds of people. Oh,
Hold on.
somebody
I got
should
a
get
phone
their
call.
phone. Yeah,
Hold
get
on,
your
let me mute so.
I'll talk to Glenn. So hundreds of people, Glenn, and I believe Evil Abe is the most talented of anyone I met here. I've been on air
Evil
with him.
Abe.
Evil
Oh
Abe.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Evil Abe and
Yeah. But I'm
and
just
there's
talking
another-
on-air personality. When you're on air with Evil Abe, you don't know where you're going. He's funny. You can rip with him. He'll keep up with you. He's original, and he does great things with his voice. So he's smart.
Oh yeah.
He's unpredictable. So I'm a big fan of Evil Abe, and we've been on air a little bit together. I want to be on air more with him, but I don't like big panels, Glenn. I don't like waiting my turn. I want to be a star.
Well, you know, I know Evil Abes, and I know Abs.
I don't know that person.
ABB.
You know a
I
lot of
know.
people I don't know.
Well, you see, see when me and Carl, we went on a lot of channels,
Oh,
and
I don't do that, but I know you do. I know
and,
people do that.
well, see, we can't call a lot of people. Boy, I can say, I have met some good people, and I met some
Do you know? Do you
bad
know?
people.
Do you know Rev, my
Yeah,
ex-co-host? What do you think of that slime
I
bucket?
heard of him.
He's in
But
chat or was?
I deleted. He was just talking about doxing and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't want to.
Rev, Boosta Malaka, if you want to know about these communities, he's really good at it. Rev docs Nicole's boyfriend with Glee. So what happened, Carlos and Glenn? Like last night, apparently his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend is dating another guy, Glenn. So in his stream, he put up the address of this man. Isn't that slime bucket?
Oh man, that sucks.
So Boosty's bringing that up.
That sucks.
Oh.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm going to stream at some point tonight, says Rev. I'm leaving early in the morning. Well, who cares, Rev? He's a real. I think he's going a little insane there. Seriously, Glenn.
Mm.
The guy's a drunk. He stays in his room and drinks, and he's getting worse, man.
Yeah, he's getting worse, and I tell you, first time I met him, first time I met him at FOD, and he started acting like an asshole there too.
Yeah, but Glenn, he was my co-host, and now I'm ashamed that I stayed with him. I kept trying to give him chances, you know. Trunk Monkey, I don't know. I've seen around. He's in your chat.
Oh yeah, I never.
Ben Ashworth, I don't know. Glenn, Ben Ashworth used to be my bud, and then something happened, and he went on air and said he was going to blow his brains out on air because of me.
Yeah, you know, that's something I don't agree with. You know, Bo did something similar. Did a live stream. We gonna make a commit his suicide on himself. And it turned out he didn't do it. He did stream, but he didn't commit suicide or nothing. But thing about that, that's something I will speak against. Yeah, only thing I gotta say is don't do that, because I know someone had thought about doing that because he got more mental problem.
Yeah, you probably have to have a mental problem. By the way, you have your own troll, Trunk Monkey, Glenn. They're attacking you. Stop, son. You make them mentally challenged. I'm just saying, you little troll, Glenn can have a good conversation, but you're just a troll. So fuck you, Trunk Monkey.
Well,
don't go after Glenn. I like him. I don't like you.
Well, Sam, hey, Sam. Let him, hey, go ahead and let him, because I know him. I don't care.
That's kind of flattering in a way. You know, you got your own troll.
Trunk Monkey.
Trunk Monkey.
Hey, but like I say, you know, I don't really have that much problem with Trunk Monkey.
Well, but he's not being nice to you, sir. He's a slime bucket.
No, I don't.
I mean, I kind of going at with Trunk Monkey.
Oh, okay. You two have something going after each other.
Well, no, not necessarily.
I don't know.
I know Andrew and Huckleberry kind of went after him, showed up something about him where I ain't going to say. Because I feel like that dude ain't really my spot. And
Ozzy, by the way, she has to go. There's a major domestic dispute going on at the neighbors. How dare you leave this drama for real drama going on? I'm just kidding. Don't get involved, Ozzy.
Ozzy need, Ozzy need to be like Silver Diamond.
I know her. I just seen Silver Diamond on air. I don't know her to talk with her. She seems fine.
I'm pretty right there. Meantime, I talk to her. I don't have a problem with her. She might get some clothes, but other than that, no, she ain't. She real nice.
Boy,
I
you
never had a
really get
problem with her.
around there, Glenn. You know all these people. I really don't. You and Carlos get around, I noticed.
Well, she came to the community where we were at. That's why.
Okay.
Silver
I don't
Diamond.
even watch people I really like Tonic and Evil Abe. I don't watch. I really like him, but hours and hours, right, Glenn? We only got
Yeah.
so many. Call the
Well,
police.
see,
Busta Malaka was a police officer, so yeah, don't get involved in a domestic dispute, says the ex-police officer Boosty. I'd listen to him.
No, they said her neighbors are having some domestic issues. Some
Yeah, she
Mhm.
said she's leaving this show to
Yeah.
go to the neighbors. I had
Yeah.
the police showed up at my house, Carlos and
Yeah.
Glenn, when my wife came. They showed up with their guns, their hands on their guns, 2 police officers, because my wife had come from the Philippines. And I said, phone home. And she dialed, like the international code is like 1011. And she had dialed 911. And the dispatcher got on and she hung up. And they thought I was attacking her or something. So they showed up at my door and I looked out the peephole and they had their hands on their guns, knocking, the police.
Yeah.
I opened up the door. What's going on here? And they thought maybe I was beating on my wife. They didn't know.
Oh, okay. It's yeah.
So their hands were on the guns. And I said, officer, what's going on? They said, well, we got this call. We need to talk to, I forget if they said my wife, because they didn't know. They don't like domestic disputes. But it's Glenn, it's because she phoned the wrong number. You
Exactly.
see, she dialed
So
911.
911. And when you wanna call a foreign call overseas,
Uh-huh.
you gotta dial 011.
That must be
And the
it. It
country
was
code.
yeah. She got home and she had never been out of her house, Glenn, in her whole life, being in the Philippines, and she was away for the first time. She never traveled. She cried for a week, Carlos. She
Yeah.
was so
Oh my God.
homesick, you know.
Oh well, that's natural. I mean, you're homesick and it's a total different country
And but those people live together in the neighborhoods. They're
yeah,
close. They don't
yeah.
travel.
I can understand that a lot because
Yeah.
back in '97, I lived in Mexico in a village in Sinaloa where all the cartels are and everything like that.
hmm
I I have relatives down there. I lived there for about 6 months
Right.
down there, and it was in a neighborhood where I knew everybody was there. And I walked by, say hi to this, hi to that. People knew me. I went there. People knew me everywhere. And when I came back here, damn, it was different. It's what they call it's what they call
Amelia.
no something the Mexicans call it down there. They call it the even if the the gate is made of gold, it doesn't stop being a prison.
Hmm.
That's how a song
But
goes and a scene goes that one.
but that's where traveling can really give me some life experience, Glenn,
Yeah.
because people whine in this country. Oh, but nobody goes hungry. But in some of these other countries, it's a matter of food, getting enough money for
oh,
food.
well, I do. Hey, well,
Yeah.
I do agree with you on that.
hmm
And I'm gonna tell you now. See, I got an uncle served in military, in Marine. Okay.
Good for you.
Well,
Cool to the Marines. I
when
dig 'em, man.
and when he joined,
Mhm.
in fact, the time frame, or tell you how old my uncle is. Okay. When my uncle joined the Marine, they sent him to Vietnam.
Vietnam. So he must be like 70s. In his 70s.
Actually, he about in 60 actually.
Oh,
Late
60?
60s.
He
Yeah.
went to Vietnam.
He can't be
Yeah.
60.
He must have been pretty young then. I don't know, man. I think
No,
he was,
right? No, Glenn. He can't be
Vietnam
60.
was pretty long ago, man.
No. Actually, well, no. He can't be 60.
He's probably
And
70, Glenn.
or late
Well,
60s.
well, actually,
I'm not good with
my
dates
uncle.
myself, I'll admit.
Well, see, thing about it, see, which one of my uncle is about 60.
Uh-huh.
I won't say he about mid 60, not late 60. Okay. Well, my
Maybe
mom,
maybe he's taking years off his age. You know what I mean? You go, oh,
no,
I'm 60.
no.
Because Vietnam was in the 60s, I believe, right, Carlos?
Well, it started.
68.
Well,
around
no,
there.
no, no. Well, okay. Here it goes like this. It started like the first military advisors came there like in the late 50s, and then it started coming. And then by 65, it was a whole
Whoa.
different ball game. It just
So Eisenhower sent in the advisors, Kennedy kept the advisors, and
yeah,
then Johnson really sent in the population,
yeah,
many Marines. Yeah, I've
yeah,
studied that war a little bit.
yeah. And you know who told Johnson in his deathbed to get out of Vietnam? MacArthur.
Really?
MacArthur when he went to Walter Reed
I
Hospital to
didn't know
visit
that.
MacArthur.
Uh-huh.
When MacArthur had a
I never
heart
heard that.
attack, he went to visit him, and they started talking about
Mhm.
wars and
Sure.
everything, and he advised Johnson to get out of Vietnam, man.
He was
You don't know
right.
what you're.
But MacArthur had a huge ego, and
Yeah.
Hey,
historians
Carlos.
now.
Yeah. So,
Hang on, say, I'm fixing to show you something.
okay.
I got to go anyway. Nice talking to you, Glenn. Always, Carlos.
Yeah.
Take care,
Okay.
you guys. Bye, Boosty. Bye, Ozzy.
Oh, bye. Bye.
Bye, Trunk. See
Yeah.
ya.
What's up? What is that? Yeah, Vietnam War. Yeah, retired. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
November
look the year.
1965. November 1975. That will
Yeah.
probably make him in his mid 60s to his 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Probably was born.
November 3rd, 1955, April 30 to 1975. That's how long that war lasted, okay?
Okay.
But
Okay.
see, my uncle, when he joined, that war, he fought in, and
Yeah.
now, see, he retired now, and
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. The war was well, the war ended in 1975.
yeah,
That's
and
when the last troops left Vietnam.
yeah,
1975. Yeah.
and I want to
So
tell you now, my uncle gave me nightmares over some story that he told. Okay,
oh my
he
God,
didn't he didn't paint no pretty picture what actually went on with that war.
yeah, I can imagine that. Mhm.
And you see, you see, you just seen it. I showed a little bit of proof. They on my other device I got
Yeah.
with me, and I do know a little bit something about that war. Know what actual went on. Even I don't want to talk about it.
Mm. Well, Glenn, I'm gonna have to stop because I gotta do something here. Okay, but I might come up later on. Okay.
Okay, you
All
be
right.
careful.
Hey, all right, Bruce. All right. Hey, Bruce, Ozzy, guys, everybody. I'll see you guys maybe later on or tomorrow. But take care. Thanks for coming.